On August 2nd, 1945. 85 days after the end of World War II, a meeting of government leaders took place in Potsdam, near Berlin. The USSR, represented by Joseph Stalin, the United States by Harry Truman, and the United Kingdom by Winston Churchill, during which a new order in Europe was finally established. Poland's borders shifted to the Oder and Neisse rivers. In Lower Silesia, there was an almost complete population exchange. Most of the former inhabitants left the region. Settlers arrived from the lands lost by Poland, mainly Poles from the eastern borderlands, but also Jews, Armenians, Karaites, Tatars, and Romanis, descendants of former Polish emigrants from Bosnia, Romanian Bukovina, France, and Belgium, also arrived. As part of the so-called military settlement, demobilized soldiers were settled here, as well as those returning from labor camps in Germany. In 1947, as part of the Vistula operation, Ukrainians, Lemkos and Boykos were resettled. And in subsequent years, Greeks and Macedonians found refuge in Lower Silesia. For many, these lands were a promise of a better future and a dignified life, which is why residents of other parts of Poland eagerly moved here, including Kujawians, Biskupians, Kashubians, Highlanders. Residents of overcrowded villages in Podlakia, Kielce, Rzeszów, and many others. Lower Silesia became home to a multicultural society, without a shared history of place. The settlers did not identify with the existing post-German cultural heritage. The newcomers brought mementos, music, and dances from their homelands. Sometimes folk costumes, folk art, and ornamentation. The differences and mixed traditions are most clearly visible on Lower Silesian Christmas Eve tables, where Silesian mushroom soup with dumplings is placed next to Mazovian red borscht with dumplings. Kutia from Podlakia, poppy seed cake from Lublin, moczka from Silesia, makiełki from Greater Poland, almond soup and gingerbread from Kujawia, Greek-style fish, Jewish-style fish, Baltic herring, lowland carp, and mountain trout. The specificity and regional distinctiveness of the settlers are also evidenced by the embroideries and decorations that adorn the folk costumes of the ethnic groups that settled here. Flavors, customs, and designs from a mosaic of various traditions in Lower Silesia. A readable description of its phenomenon is the Lower Silesian pattern. Its concept arose from the search for a contemporary regional pattern for Lower Silesia. The pattern is a unifying link connecting the past with the future, building a common cultural identity of the ethnic groups that settled in Lower Silesia after World War II. The creation of the Lower Silesian pattern is the individual vision of a decorator guided by 4 principles. The pattern is a composition of individual design motifs, consists of at least 2 cultural groups that settled in Lower Silesia after 1945. The patterns are outlined, made with a dotted line. The compositions are monochromatic on a uniform background. The pattern includes decors taken from the embroidery and traditional art of old Lower Silesia. From stained glass, tiles, porcelain, folk bonnets, aprons, tablecloths, or tapestries. Most often, these are floral garlands, onion motifs, fleur-de-lis, rosettes, and flowers in pots. In the Lower Silesian pattern, Silesian vases and Krakowian roses merge with flowers from Kujawia, Żywiec, and Kurpie. One motif fits another. Each composition is different. All refer to the ethnic richness of Lower Silesia. The embassy of Lower Silesian pattern is the Christmas Ornament Museum in Milic, where glass Christmas ornaments are decorated with the Lower Silesian pattern. The patterns on the Christmas glass ornaments are made using a technique similar to painting eggshells with wax. The decorator, with a thin, pointed tool, applies acrylic to the surface of the Christmas glass ornaments, creating compositions of the Lower Silesian pattern dot by dot. Eggshells are one of the first Christmas tree decorations. On traditionally decorated Christmas trees, eggshells beautifully complement Lower Silesian Christmas glass ornaments, as well as golden nuts, sweets, paradise apples, paper decorations, and straw chains. The museum in Milic promotes the concept of the pattern through various activities, popularizing the tradition, history, and cultural heritage of the region. The museum organizes museum lessons, workshops on decorating Christmas glass ornaments with the Lower Silesian pattern, and the sale of these regional souvenirs. Since 2021, the pattern and the Christmas glass ornaments painted with it have been protected by a certificate from the Patent Office.